Welcome back to day 3 of Breakfast from Roth. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by Nitro and Flapjack. With me, the 4-time winner of Challenge Roth, the 2-time Ironman world champion, and most of all, one of our favorite people on the planet Earth, Mr. Chris McCormack. Macca, how the hell are you?
Good, Bob. Thanks. You read that from the script I gave you, didn't you?
Planet
Most
Earth.
favorite person on planet Earth.
Yeah, you
good.
know who wrote that? Craig Alexander wrote
thanks,
that
bro.
for me. Norman wrote that for me. A bunch of guys. Yeah, you're out right on the top of the list.
Right
our favorite person right there.
Yes.
So when the Finnish Stadium behind you, this is a place where you came the first time you had your sprint finish and
With Lother?
lost. But, I mean, what a classic race. It's one of those, like an Iron War type of race that lives on and on and on. What do you remember about that?
It was just one of those special races you do remember. Towards the end of your career, you start to reflect on the memorable events, and obviously Kona's always up there. But for me, coming and racing in Europe in an era where the Germans really dominated long course racing, you come straight into you fly into their nest and you take them on at their biggest event. And I got taken out that first year by a German icon in Lother Leder, who won his 4th title that year to make him the most prolific winner of this event. And then I swore I'd return. This is, for anyone who's never raced here in Roth, it has to be the biggest triathlon festival in the world. It's incredible.
No question. 5,500 people.
5,500 people. The expo where we're at here is enormous. It's the finish line is a stadium, a purpose-built stadium.
On Monday, this was a grass lot, right? Now there's a stadium for 10,000 people.
Yeah, and unlike most other events around the world, if you get towards the finish line within an hour before the winner crosses the line, you're not going to get within a mile of this place. It's so many people here, and I think anyone who's raced Roth, myself included, my best memories of this event are the amazing support you get on the course and the amazing last mile and a half of this race, because it's 5 people deep. It's an energy like you'll never feel in your life, and suddenly you go from wondering how you're going to make it to running the quickest last 2 miles of any race you've ever done, which I think is why the times are so quick here. So an amazing event. It's great to be back here again.
It's one of those races where you look at it. I don't know if you've ever ran the Carlsbad 5000 in San Diego, but it's one of those things where the guys are running low 13s, and everybody's like, oh my God, it's got to be a really fast course. And you go and you look at it, and there's 280-degree turns, a couple little climbs, and you realize, and this race I think is the same. So you look at the profile of it, it doesn't look like a fast bike course when you look at the map, but it's the competition. And it's the competition in the crowds that make it fast.
It's a host of things. I think that was my first perception. I'd seen these fast times posted on this course over the years.
Think it's downhill. People on their feet
it's dead flat, downhill, tailwind.
Yeah.
And you come here and you ride the course and it's got some bumps. But I think what's great about this course is the road surface is spectacular. The crowd support all over this course is enormous. The Solara Berg is like a Tour de France climb. And I think the competition they've always brought here drives for a fast race. And I've said it, whenever you race in Europe, unlike racing anywhere else in the world, you get these names that pop up. And especially here in Germany, they consider themselves a biking nation within triathlon. So you get these young Uber bikers that just roar through this bike course. And you've never heard of their names. You see the name on the back of their shirt going, who the hell is that?
Exactly.
And they go and post these incredible times. And they set this event up for a very, very fast time. And what I think with this marathon, with a very, very soft surface, you don't get that muscle soreness that you tend to get at the late ends of other marathons, so you can really push that back 10K, which makes it a very, very fast race. You saw Dirk Bockel last year go, 7:54 here or 7:53 on his first outing in Roth. It's amazing.
So, and you look at this field, and because it's 30th anniversary, the field is awesome, right? You've got Dirk Bockel, who's returning. You've got James Conema, who we don't want to tell anybody, but Mac is working with him. Luke McKenzie.
Secret,
a secret. It's just a little camera.
God,
darn it. But you're Luke McKenzie and Joe Gambles, who's a little bit of Galanos. You've got a really amazing field. What are your thoughts?
You got Nils Fromberg, the young German, who's a former ITU guy. He's been very, very successful at his first couple of outings in Ironman or long course racing, and it's really, I'm looking at what's really going to set this course. You got Timo Bruck too. We don't talk about Timo. Timo's Mr. Consistency when it comes to racing in Germany, and he's been second, third. He's been on every position from I think second to 10th here in Roth.
But I
don't think he's won it. But what you're going to see is a very, very fast swim. Dirk and Echo and Luke McKenzie are very, very quick in the water. Nils will tag that. And this is naturally a fast swim. 45s. It's a straightforward swim. It's like swimming in a big pool. And these guys are really aggressive. It's a downhill first 15 kilometres, and you see them really open up. So I think we're going to see a really fast bike lap, the first lap. And you've got this group of Kunema and some of the faster runners that are going to be tearing it up from behind with Bruck. So mate, anyone can win this. My heart says I'd love James to win it because he's worked really hard we've been working together for about 2 months now on his Kona build. He's been out in Boulder working a lot with Siri also.
Yes.
And his run prep's been spectacular. He may be left a little hollow on the bike, but I'd love to see him come through. If Bruck can keep that group together and he can have a run at Mackenzie and the Bockles, that'd be nice. But you've got to be in that front group if you want to win this thing because, even the guys who are considered not spectacular runners, because of the way this marathon course is set up, they're running low 250s, which makes it a person who's chasing having to deliver a sub 243 marathon, which with that kind of pressure, even if you are a runner, makes for a tough game.
It was interesting. We were talking to Luke McKenzie today. He said he's had, running on his treadmill, he's got a little sign next to the treadmill. It's a 45 swim, 415 bike, 250 marathon. Because his thing is, hey, listen, I might not win, but I want to get I want to post a sub 8 hour, right? So going into a race where you know that you've got to go sub 8 hours, how hard is that?
I think you look at the people around you nowadays. That number's thrown around by all the professionals because so many guys are capable of delivering it. I think in the background here is Lother Leder. This is the first guy ever to break 8 hours.
Absolutely.
He's watching us on Breakfast with Bob.
He's coming down. He's coming down here just to watch you.
Yeah. And right? he was the first man to break 8 hours. And I remember.
But wait a second, Lothar, didn't you beat him? First year, yeah. Like a drum, is that what you said? Like a drum. He's like, yeah. He wasn't even
dropped me like a toilet lid. But he, back in those days, it was just remarkable. That sub 8 hour performance was considered the 4 minute mile.
Right.
But now these guys are reeling them out. And I think it's just the aggressive nature of the racing now. You've got guys like Luke who set that standard, say, I'm going to ride 4:15. Like, mate, you'd be crippled if you rode 4:15 years ago, but this is the pace these guys are setting now. We saw Kienle in Frankfurt ride 4:12, and Luke is the kind of athlete that'll deliver that. I know Dirk Bockel's not scared to go with that.
No, he's got to go with them.
You're going to go with it. So you've got guys who are going to lay it on the line, and to get under 8 hours, you have to do that. And before you see it here, if any year we're going to see multiple guys under the 8 hour markets this year because you've got so much horsepower up front. So, the one thing you do forget about Roth is we've had perfect weather the last few days, and if you get this perfect weather, the nice roads, it's very, very fast. But when the rain comes, it slows this course right down.
Interesting.
And, it really slows this course right down, especially on the bike. You can see 425, 430 bike splits like that. So
now, why is that? Just because people are more cautious with all the downhills and the turns?
There's a lot of turns. It gets slick. These German roads don't tend to wash the water off as quickly, so that rolling resistance on the tyres is a lot slower, and that slickness through those little towns, you tend to back off. It's quite a technical bike course, and it slows things right up. But when it's dry, you have no fear, and you just attack it.
So for yourself, I know you're doing a relay this year, and
yes.
It's not just any relay. It's a very special relay. It's for a friend.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about what you guys are doing.
Well, Millhouse, who's sitting here watching us, is a friend of ours on the Macca X group. He's a cancer survivor. And,
love that.
We had the group. He was going through chemotherapy last year, and one of his wishes was to conquer chemo, get over chemo, and get out here and cross the finish line in Roth. So we as a community got together, raised a bunch of money, and we've brought him over here to cross his first finish line in Roth. And I'm on his team, so he's put the pressure on me.
Who else on the team?
Myself, Millhouse, and Aaron was supposed to be our swimmer, but he stubbed his toe or something. He lost a toenail.
Paper cut?
Yeah, paper cut, and now he's palmed off the swimming duties to someone else. But it's awesome. The whole team's here to support Millhouse. It's
Millhouse, why don't you come on up here?
Come over, Millhouse. Come on. Get
yeah.
on the show.
Come on.
Come
here.
Yeah, so he's going to cross the finish line in Roth.
Come in center here.
This is Millhouse. One of our Macca X people.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing amazing.
So was this a surprise when they said they're going to bring you over here?
Yeah, 100%. I never thought ever that I would be able to have the opportunity to do what I'm doing now, and to have the support that I have now. I mean, he's been amazing. He's been nothing but 100% support the whole time.
And how's your training gone?
It's gone really well. I've made this a main point for me to work on, and then last minute I got a little bit of a training accident.
What'd you do?
I got hit by a car.
So wait a second, you're dealing with cancer and you get hit by a car?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's
Did you bring lava home from somewhere?
It's something, right? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's hanging out. That and the paper cut that I got from Aaron. Yeah, that's what it was.
So what type of cancer are you dealing with?
Acute lymphoblastic leukemia, ALL for
Okay.
short. Yeah. Basically, my immune system doesn't want to work properly, if at all.
And what do you? So Macca, what you're doing a swim?
I'm doing the bike.
You're doing
I'm
a
the
law. I
bike.
thought you'd.
I want to
you're-
go through that. I'm a crowd
Oh,
guy. You know,
are a
man.
crowd.
I'm
That's a good
all that.
point.
You know.
There's nobody cheering in the water. You don't hear them.
You don't hear
see 'em,
anything.
yeah. Especially if you know you don't have to run.
Yeah, but Millhouse was
could've used
determined
that.
to run. He's like, I'm crossing that finish line. I'm holding
Yeah.
the finish. So
So you're doing the marathon,
I am doing the marathon, yes.
and so you're just hoping that Macca doesn't slow you down too much.
Yeah, I can't even say
they're
that
subbing.
jokingly.
They're subbing.
Yeah.
They're looking for sub 8 hours. I'm like, whoa, Tiger. Hey.
Yeah, so sub 8 hours, that means that he's got to pull.
240.
That's right. Yeah,
240
240 bike. Yeah.
Really good.
No, it's
So for coming across this finish line, this stadium is right behind us here, and you've gone through a lot in the last number of years, and knowing that you've got close friends who've brought you over here and want to be with you and share this journey with you, what do you think that's going to feel like when you come around that stadium?
I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of positive and good things happen in my life, and this is just standing here is amazing, and it's an iconic moment, and it's something that everybody strives for their entire life, and I've been fortunate enough to get that opportunity. I don't even know. You're gonna find me and ask me after the race or something, because I there's no way I can even put into words what I've been able to go through so far. So we'll see how it goes.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be amazing.
It's gonna be amazing.
But I'm getting
Just
chills thinking
embrace
about
the
it.
suck. That's all you
Embrace
got
the
to do.
suck. Embrace the suck.
No, it's going to be fantastic.
We're looking forward to it. Thank
Can't
you,
wait,
man.
mate.
Thank you.
Love you.
All right. We are at Challenge Roth. My name is Bob Babbitt. We are brought to you by Nitro. We are brought to you by Flapjacked. And Mr. Chris McCormack has been our guest.
Dankeschön.
Love the fact you're doing a relay. That's really fun. Reiner, take us out, baby. Thank you, Reiner.